He's here to talk about it. It's seed and feed, chemicals and compost, vaccinations and irrigation. It's time for Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Hey, good day to all you great stewards of the land. It is Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre, Oklahoma. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Man, it looks like people up in the northern part of the state and now eastern part of the state are, excuse me. Got something in my throat. Don't know what it is. Anyway, getting some rain. Friend of mine just texted me from Visay, got 0.34, and one of my buddies had his son delivering cattle up there. Sorry, folks, I don't know what's going on here, but some cattle to Kingfisher, 81's closed from water, and man, just crazy. Don't give up yet. Southwestern Oklahoma, it looks like we have pretty good chances of rain this afternoon, which that's what they were expecting here starting yesterday. So keep your fingers crossed that we get some showers. 55 degrees at Boise City, 69 at Cheyenne, 58 at Freedom, 72 at Tipton, 68 at Hollis out here in the Texas Panhandle. We have 64 at Lipscomb, 66 at Wellington, and 72 at Odell. All right, before I get started, I need to re-inform you on some FSA information that I need to share with you. As yesterday I said that they would be open from 8 to noon, but that's changed a little bit. And from now, I don't know whether starting tomorrow or starting Monday, they will be open from 9 to 11. 9 to 11 in Beckham County. Now, I don't know about your other FSA offices, but please contact your local FSA office and go from there. And I had another listener said yesterday they went to Hollis to get a check signed, and they're in Greer County, and Greer County's not signing checks, but that's what they were saying. So like I said, the easiest thing is to about 9 o'clock of a morning, call your local FSA office and see what they got going there. How's that? That way it clarifies it. But in Beckham County, I can truly tell you 9 to 11 is when they'll be, Brett will be there with the office open. So, and signing checks if needed there. All right. That's all I can tell you. So, and just to let you guys know that these people that are coming in are still on furlough and not getting paid. And hopefully they get reimbursed. I don't know how that works. You know how the government deal goes. So hopefully they get reimbursed. Again, 9 to 11 in Beckham County. Other counties you need to call, say like 9 o'clock Monday morning, and find out what their hours are going to be in your local county. I can't iterate that again. Don't show up at 11:15 in Beckham County. Well, Jimmy said the other day, 8 to 12. Well, I corrected it today, or they changed it. I didn't correct it. They changed it, so I'm informing you on that there. How's that going? Well, let's get to the Central Crop Care grain market update, because it's not good on the cattle side at all, and I'll share the reasoning behind that. Let's see here. We got December corn is 423, down 4 3/4. March is 437, down 3 3/4. Soybeans for November 1042, down 2 3/4. January 1060, down 1 1/4. Soybean meal is up for December at 293.30, up $1 even. January's up $1.70 at 295.90. Soybean oil December 50.48, down 39, and hard red winter wheat December 503, up 3, March 519, up 2. I think that's the only positive thing on the board today. Live cattle December 233.92, down 725. February's 233.42, down 725. Feeder cattle for November, 352.20, down 9.25, or 9.25, not 9.25, but 9.25. January's down 9.25, also at 348.17. I guess anything positive on the meat side is lean hogs for December, 82.15, up 37. And November, where'd it go? February, not November, but February, 84.37, up 2 cents. So according to this, where'd it go? Cattle crash today is what they're saying. I don't know how the cash market's going. I'll go out there after the show today, the sale barn, and see what's going on. Scott Verlick with Kuma says, however you say that, says cattle futures gap lower on the opening Friday, and feeder cattle quickly pushed to the limit down status with the fear of the U.S. opening the border for Mexican feeder imports. I don't get that, and I'll get to this later. Anyway, Scott said that the market has been on shaky ground all week, which I think it's down 25 point something points over the last week to 10 days. All week with Trump's plan to lower beef prices, but the latest pressure is coming from the news the Mexican ag minister is coming to the U.S. early next week to discuss the reopening of the U.S. border to feeder cattle imports. He says that overrides this week's news on Trump's administration plan to lower beef prices. He said buying 80,000 metric tons of Argentina beef is not a big deal because that's only 176 million pounds total, and Argentina only slaughters 5,500 head a day. Lowering the 50% tariff on Brazilian beef would also be negative, as they are the top exporter of beef in the world and account for 30 million metric tons of trim per day before the tariffs were raised. However, he says that event that would have the biggest bearish impact on the cattle market is opening the border to Mexican imports of feeder cattle, and that is why the funds are taking profits and liquidating. Notice I said that is why the funds are taking profits and liquidating. It's all paper crap. There's a large supply in Mexico that would be the only thing that would probably affect the market the most. So we're penciling that in. I mean, that's part of this now. We're going to meet with them next week. We see Trump is serious about bringing beef down, and that would be one surefire way to do it. You know, bringing in those cattle, he adds. With the chart damage that has been done on daily chart, funds continue to exit their long position, according to him. All the short-term trend lines are getting broke. We have not had to, fight that along the long rally higher. There hasn't been, many times where we are seeing trend lines were broke and we're breaking some, and all the short-term charts. They're looking rough. That would definitely be a signal that's going to tell funds that, hey, let's start unwinding out of here, he explains. I guess this is the reason why I'm not a big cattle trader and not one of the wisest guys in the cattle market out here. But we've always had Mexican cattle coming across the border. And, the stories coming out of down there is the 3 cases of screwworms, the New World screwworm that we've heard about in the since last November, has been basically cattle that the cartel, according to news, has been bringing up illegally through Mexico and was trying to get up here that had the New World screwworm. But you haven't heard is they were treated with ivermectin, and the New World screwworm was found dead on those animals. Okay, so you take that, and we've always got Mexican cattle across the border down here, and I'd just soon have the Mexican cattle come across the border as we up our Argentina exports, even though it won't be that big a deal. And the heck with Brazil. Brazil is making it tough on farmers and ranchers in the United States. They grow 2 crops down there because of their weather. They got corn. They double crop corn and soybeans, peanuts, cotton, all of it. And then, like I said, they're the biggest exporter of beef in the world right now. But it still comes back to the United States on beef. We have the best beef in the world. And honestly, we do need other cattle from places like Mexico or Argentina or Brazil or Australia for our trimmings, no matter what you said. But then we get to then it comes back down. That always leads to the conversation of the big four. Packers. Yes, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, we got to have them. They're the only ones capable of processing the beef right now that we do have. They are bringing smaller processors or big processors online, but with this shortage of cattle, heck, those guys can't get enough cattle in their deal to run more than one shift. And even the big four is kind of hurting on that part right there. But yes, and then it comes down to we need to break them big four packers up. Yes, I agree, 100%. And we have a law, the Stockyards Act, in place to make sure that doesn't happen. But nobody's enforcing it. You can blame it on Trump. You can blame it on Biden. You can blame it on Obama. You can blame it on all the presidents. Or who do you blame it on? Congress, whoever. I don't know who you blame. But it's a law. And so they need to enforce it. And why they're not doing it, God only knows. Who knows what's going on? Maybe it's more complicated than we know. I can't see that. So it's just, we're a big mess. And for President Trump to say what he did last weekend about buying Argentina beef to bring the prices down a little bit, yeah, that was probably not the best wording in the world. I'm still a Trump believer, believe that or not. I'm still about it, but he is. We just got to watch what we say. And, it is politician speaking. I don't care if it's a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever. It's politicians talking. But, man, the markets are reacting to what he says. And I guess we know by now, with so many months in the office right now, he's not one to, you don't go in there and try to bully him into doing anything, whether it's got anything to do with cattle, blah, 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 or anything policy-wise. I guess he shut off talks with Canada today or last night on negotiations of tariffs because they're playing a video or a commercial up there with Ronald Reagan and talking about tariffs. So it's just a crazy world we live in. I really like my life on this show before last week, because I got listeners out there sending me messages. Hey, what do you? Well, I'll talk about it. I'll tell that side of it. It's up to the listeners to take in what they want or believe what they want. But I'll talk about both sides of it. So it's just a crazy world we live in right now. But man, even if the prices stop going down right now, cattle prices are still really good. And I wish. Besides cattle, I wish they'd focus on other things too, just besides cattle for the consumers, because you haven't heard anybody say anything. I said this, Shonda Little, she's Kratos Little, she's one of my favorite people in the world. And she's on that side and I'm on this side, but we love each other. How's that? We can talk about it. She was talking, about supply and demand. This deal right now is supply and demand. So I went to the trouble and looked up last night, 9.7 million cattle on feed right now with the prices the way they are right now. And then back in 1980, the prices of cattle were way, way lower than right now. But we had 10.1 million cattle on feed in 1980. So what's the difference between 1980 and right now? Population. We were 237 million people in 1980 in the United States. Now we're 347 million people in the United States. That doesn't include illegals, but there's so there's a difference, and we got the same amount of cattle. But yes, our cattle are bigger now, and a couple 100 pounds more going through the packers. So, there is a little bit of difference. We could talk about this all day long till we're blue in the face, but we're not going to today. So we're going to take a Wheeler General Store break. When we come back, we'll see what happened overnight in our big old world of agriculture. And coming up around 12:35, I'm going to let you guys listen to that interview with Casey Shepard and the Cotton King himself, Jimmy Rhodes. I know some of you've already heard it, but we're going to play it on it today. I think he's becoming famous. I mean, he was already infamous, but now he's really famous. So let's take a Wheeler General Store break, and we'll be right back after this.
He loves to talk about farming and ranching. Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Do you love the great outdoors? Maybe you enjoy trap shooting or skeet shooting, or maybe getting some target practice in at the firing range is your thing. If you're that person, you love guns. Hobart Farm and Garden has a whole room dedicated to guns, gun safes, ammunition, and more. It's quite impressive. You got to go check it out. They are Western Oklahoma's platinum Browning dealer and Glock stocking dealer. They're located at 1030 South Monroe in Hobart, Oklahoma. If they don't have it, you don't need it. Hobart Farm and Garden.
It helps to work with someone who's been down the same road you're traveling, someone who knows what you're up against and what you're going through. When it comes to farmers and ranchers, that's us. That's who we are. Our lenders know ag inside and out because we're producers too. We approach it like a partnership. We want to put ag producers in position to be successful. We're very laid back and easy to deal with, and people seem to like that. We think you'll like it too. I'm Marty Maddox. Great Plains Bank in Elk City is here to lend farmers and ranchers a helping hand. Member FDIC.
Trade in and save on Milwaukee tools this month at Napa. Trade in and save $250 on a 1-inch D-handle extension anvil high torque impact wrench with one key. Trade in and save $100 on Milwaukee 3/4-inch, 1/2-inch, and 3/8-inch impact wrenches. Trade in and save $50 on Milwaukee ratchet kits. Trade in any professional brand competing impact wrench or ratchet, pneumatic or cordless. Trade in and save on Milwaukee tools this month at Napa in Oak City, Weatherford, and Hinton.
We try our best not to tell the customer no, but to find what they need.
Next spring, you'll fire up the tractor, turn the earth, plant the seed, and be on your way to another harvest. If you take care of your tractor right now. Before you put it up, do the maintenance so you'll be ready to go next spring. Everything you need to keep your tractor performing is at Camrock Supply. All the grease and hydraulic fluids and filters. All the nuts and bolts, all the tire patches. All the stuff is at Camrock Supply. All of it. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. When it's time, make sure your tractor is ready to go.
You're so busy out on the farm, you don't run into town unless you absolutely have to. The folks on the east side of Wheeler make it easier for you to stay on the farm. They'll deliver high-pro feed in bulk to your place. They deliver bulk feed in 5 states. They're used to it. But if you're in town, stop in and ask about lick tubs and talk to them about fertilizer. They've got plenty of that too. Your cattle and crops don't have better friends than the folks at the Wheeler General Store. Sure, they're on Facebook, but mostly they're on Highway 152 on the east side of Wheeler. That's Wheeler General Store.
This is the Elk City Livestock Auction Market Report for Friday, October 17. 2,143 head were sold. 4 head of steers at $393, brought 526 at $507, brought 455, 9 at $527, brought 421, 7 at $607, brought 365, 3 at $660, brought 340, 8 at $719, brought 324, 4 at $735, brought 342, 6 head of heifers at $389, brought 470, 9 at $451, brought 420, 3 at $500, brought 385, 11 at $540, brought 360, 10 at $611, brought 337.50, 51 at $797, brought 342.50. Butcher cows were $120 to $178. Butcher bulls brought $153 to $198. Bred cows $14.25 to $45.50. Pairs brought $29.50 to $4,000. Elk City Livestock Auction, 3202 South Highway 6, Elk City, Oklahoma. Sale every Friday at 9 a.m. To consign, call Brandon Hickey 580-497-6095.
He loves talking about farming and ranching. Here's more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Odell, Texas, down there south of the Red River, straight south of Altus. 72 degrees, humidity's 80, 2.66, winds are out of the south at 10. 28 1/100ths of an inch of rain so far in the month of October. 88 soil temperature, 73 degrees. Okay. So last night, when the dogs and I got through messing around, I drove my tractor and combine back to the house and filled them up with fuel, or filled it up with fuel, and washed some of the hydraulic mess off of it from having a cylinder issue and blah, blah, blah. And I was hungry. I was looking around and Sandy was gone, and I was like, let's make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, I went over in the cabinet. So back in the summer when I sold some tomatoes at the Elk City Farmers Market, sat right up next to me was my little niece, Nicole, who the other Nicole she's friends with wasn't there that evening. And there was jelly, sugar, all kinds of stuff going up, pear butter and all kinds. So I spent my profits from selling tomatoes on buying some of that. Well, I was looking at one of them last night, and I thought, what does that say? I couldn't really read it, so I sent a text to the other Nicole, and she said that's jalapeno jelly. And I thought, wonder what that'd be like with peanut butter. And she said, just try it. Well, I did. So I mixed some jalapeno jelly in with my peanut butter, and it was great. And then she was giving me crap going, did you really? Are you joking? I don't know whether to believe you or not. And I did. And I was doing, and why does it sound gross? What do you guys think? It was really, really good because, I see a lot of people like jalapeno peanuts or the hot and spicy peanuts and all that. What's the difference? And the jelly was really good mixed with peanut butter. And it had just a little bit of grab on it and nothing major. And I thought it was good. Then I mixed up some more of it, and I used it for a dip with some chips. You can put it on crackers, or I just had some big corn chips there, and I dipped it with that. It was really good. Does that sound gross to you guys or not? I thought it was really good. 580-225-9697 is the Fowler Agency text line. I like your thoughts on it. I thought it was good. So there you have it. Anyway, hey, let's see what happened overnight in our big old world of agriculture. You want to? Maybe. Come on, computer. I bring up something off the ag web, and sometimes it does not like what I do to the computer. So bear with me here just a second. There we go. Maybe. I'm going to X that thing out if I can. There. Now we're back. Yeah, I got that X out. Now the computer's working. I had to change that. So corn futures were lower in overnight trading on some technical selling and harvest pressure. Investors who were long the market or had bet on higher prices likely sold their contracts and booked profits after futures yesterday reached the highest in a month. Prices were up amid increased ethanol production, which is a good deal. They said demand nationwide is demand for ethanol in the worldwide was going to be up this year, which is a good thing for corn growers up in the Midwest. Ethanol output averaged 1.12 million barrels in the 7 days that ended on October 17th, which was up from 1.074 million barrels a week earlier. Still, harvest pressure kept a lid on prices in overnight session. Analysts polled by Rutgers estimated corn harvest in the U.S. was 59% complete on corn, 73% on soybeans. The weekly crop progress, which we don't have because of the government shutdown, ain't happening. About 65% of corn collection was complete and 81% of soybeans were in the bin at this point last year. The Rutgers poll showed 63% of the corn crop was in good or excellent condition, down from 64% a week earlier. Let's see here. The drought conditions recede in parts of the Midwest, and I'll get to the map here in just a second. Drought receded slightly in an 11-state area that included Iowa and Illinois, the biggest producer of corn and soybeans in the country. Just over 36% of Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, and Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky was suffering from drought as of October 21st. That's down from 38% a week earlier. 3 months ago, only 4.2% of the region was seeing drought conditions. There you go. So if you go over here to the map and you look at Oklahoma, it has increased slightly. There's three, what is that, D2? Yeah, D2. There's three D2 circles on our drought map in Oklahoma, and they've gotten a little bigger, not majorly bigger, but it looks like all eastern Oklahoma is under some kind of drought condition, which, looking at the radar right now, the map's probably going to change next week for eastern Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Panhandle, northwestern Oklahoma, and northern Texas Panhandle, there's zero drought, and 2/3 of the western part, or 2/3 of Kansas, except for the very eastern part, is no drought there either. Even southeastern Colorado doesn't have any. And northeastern New Mexico. So drought monitor looks pretty good. All right, I'm all caught up. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to let you guys listening to Casey Shepard talk to Jimmy Rhodes. We'll be right back after this.
The Day in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
That life insurance that I have on myself, it's not for me. It's for my wife, that she doesn't have to sell the home. She doesn't have to go worry about, how am I going to make this car payment? How am I going to come up with the cost out of pocket to pay this funeral? Because, that's an expensive cost. And it's a cost that you're going to have. If you had a machine in your garage that made money, it was a money-making machine. You went out every day and you flipped the switch on that machine and it generated money to pay your bills. Would you insure that machine? I've never had anybody say no. Sure they would. Well, you are that machine. You flip your switch on every morning when you get up. You flip your switch on when you go to work, but yet we don't insure ourselves. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hi, I'm Mickey Lively. I'm an insurance agent with Oklahoma Farm Bureau. My office is located in Greer County. Call me anytime at 580-782-3827.
Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gredeman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
You farmers like saving money on stuff you got to have? You can save instantly when you buy 2 or more eligible Bridgestone or Firestone ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $300 off all eligible AD, 2IF, and BF radial tires and Bridgestone radials. Get $200 off all eligible non-AD2 radial tires, and get $25 off Destination Farm and Destination Turf. Blair Tire and Feed at the Crossroads in Blair, Oklahoma. Save instantly on the tires you got to have.
Valley Center pivots are the most durable and reliable you can find. But when you do need replacement parts, your operation deserves the best. Valley Genuine Parts. Knutson Irrigation has been serving growers since 1981, and their experienced service technicians stand behind every part in their fully stocked warehouse. They also service other pivot brands. So when you need fast service and reliable parts, you need Knutson Irrigation. Call them for service or visit KnutSonIrrigation.com for more info.
We feel like we want to be good stewards of our depositors' money. It's what keeps Community Bank going for as long as it has. This bank's seen it all. Starting in 1901, you've seen a few droughts. You've seen some market crashes. Oil and gas come and go a few different times, from the 50s to the 80s to the 20-teens. And we're here. We never sit there and go, oh, man, I hope our doors are going to be open tomorrow. We're going to be there. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm Jason Redd, and I help make the difference at First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre.
Member FDIC.
Kent Watkins here with SEI Agritech in Elk City, Oklahoma. Are feral hogs causing damage to your land and crops? Try Kaput, our highly effective bait designed specifically for feral hog control. Kaput targets hogs where it hurts, helping you protect your property and your livestock. Don't wait for the damage to get worse. Call us or stop by today at SEI Agritech on South Randall in Elk City. To learn more about Kaput, follow us on Facebook for the latest updates and solutions.
Ooh, Jimmy's all wound up and ready to go. Here comes more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
All right, here we go. Who was calling Nicole and tell her I was talking crap on her? I was just bragging on her jalapeno jelly. And then she just wasn't believing I was actually mixing it with peanut butter. So anyway, good times. All right, Northwestern Oklahoma Ag Weather Update. Cherokee, 57. Dew points, 54. Humidity is 90%. 24-hour rain total, 0.15 inches. 3-day average 4-inch bare soil temperature, 65 degrees, 647. Sunset, 70% chance of thunderstorms today and 68, 55, and rain showers tonight, 90% chance. Tomorrow, 80% chance of rain showers and 62 for the high. All right, let's check out this little issue with Mr. Rhodes' interview. Oh, it wasn't an issue, but he can cause issues. Hang on.
Visiting today with Jimmy Rose. He's our local farmer in Sentinel, Oklahoma. Lots of crops that Jimmy grows, but right now, as I understand it, you're harvesting cotton.
I am starting cotton. I took my stripper, I rode it up to Dill City yesterday and made one round. It's a little bit green, but I'm going to try it tomorrow hot and heavy, and that one round made me very happy.
Well, that's good news because we do want to keep our farmers happy, but what are you seeing? Does the cotton look pretty good around your area?
Well, okay, Granddad used to teach me that 5 rows on a half-mile long is an acre. And I made one round and made 3 round bells. And usually in one round bell early in the year, 3.3 bales of cotton. So that would mean 10 bales of cotton, 500-pound bales, probably almost 4 acres. So that's probably 2 1/4 to 2.5 bales per acre. That's very good. Dry land cotton.
Well, so Jimmy, compare that to last year's crop and the previous years. Is everything looking a little bit better, a little bit worse? What are you kind of seeing for your crops?
Everything's the same, except for last year I made 2/3 to 3/4 of a bale an acre. It was a total wreck. In 1980, that would have been a good crop.
Right.
But this year, 2 bales to 2.5, it's almost 3 times the amount of cotton. 3 to 4 times the amount of cotton as we made last year.
So are you having any issues with pests, or right now just kind of waiting for it to mature a little bit?
Waiting for it to mature. We got a lot of rain in late August in my area. I don't mean everybody got it, but in my area, got a lot of rain in late August, which made us put on a lot of top crop. So we're a little bit behind getting started on cotton harvest because we've made a lot of late bows and a lot of green leaves because of the excess rain. I ain't saying excess. I mean, I'm glad to get it, but anyway, there was a lot of rain. And we're just now, even the guys in my area, we're just now starting to spray the cotton. And the spraying has 3 purposes. 1 is to speed up maturity of the bolls. 2 is to try to drop the foliage off. And the second spraying will be to try to kill the plant, to take the greenness out of it. And that process is just starting in my part of Ouachita County.
Yeah, I was talking to our extension specialist, Jenny Dudek, a couple of weeks ago, and she said right now harvest days is basically what everybody's doing. So I would assume that everybody kind of around the area is doing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going on down in Hobart. They're actually stripping a little bit of cotton in Hobart. But before the freeze finishes it off, we have to get it ready to strip with chemicals, because the last thing I want to do is wait on a freeze. I got a lot of acres of cotton. And if I have to wait on a freeze, one year we got a snow at the 1st of December, and it stayed snow and ice on the ground all the way till March. And that would deteriorate the cotton, the grades, the classing, and we just don't want to get into that. So we start getting the cotton out early, and then hopefully we're down to 30 or 40% after the freeze actually does its thing.
Well, so right now, I guess what we're waiting on to get this thing across the finish line is a few more heat units, right?
Yes, yes. But, I mean, I about give up on that myself. I mean, I know it's helping me a little, and I've sprayed maybe 500 acres out of 1,800 so far. So every heat unit I get is helping a little. But, I mean, I'm going to get the process started.
So anything that would be detrimental right now? I know we've got some rain coming to the forecast supposedly throughout the weekend starting on Thursday. What do you need right now to get this crop out of the ground?
Well, heat, but our wheat farmers and me would like a little bit of rain to get some more wheat pasture. Just clear weather, I guess, but I'd like to slip a 1-inch rain in there, then get right back to clear weather is what I'd like.
Yeah, that's pretty wishful thinking, I think, isn't it, Jimmy?
Well, I don't want to leave all the wheat farmers out and the people's got cattle because then they'll say I'm all I care about.
That's right. Well, now, what else do you farm, Jimmy?
I farm cotton, barley. I had a real good barley crop last year that the feedlots down at Hobart are using, and it's not that it makes that many more dollars a bushel or cents a bushel, whatever. It's that it yields very good. Like where I had wheat that yielded 56 bushels right across the waterway, barley made 83 bushels. And like I got like $4.40 a bushel for my barley, and I had to take it down to them feedlots and stuff, but I grossed about $120 an acre more than I did on wheat ground. So I'm trying more barley.
So,
and I'm planting a lot of this barley right behind the cotton, because barley, you got to wait and sow it a little bit later. So that's what my hopes are for, barley. And I got wheat, and then I run some cattle.
Well, now, what did I see you in the pasture harvesting or in the wheat? What were you doing last week in the field that I saw you on Facebook doing?
I was spraying cotton.
So that's the last straw, and then we're hopeful we're going to get to go to harvest maybe this week. You think this week or next week?
No, I think this week. It takes normally 14 days to get cotton ready. You spray it with Ethicon and either AIM or DEF, Folex or something like that. And that starts maturing. The bolls in the top of the plant are usually the last to get ready. Well, that chemical starts maturing that and making it speed up the maturity of it and hopefully open it. And then the DEF stuff drops the leaves off of it. And then early in the year, like right now, and I got a tremendous crop, I have to use paraquat to kill the plant, because if that plant is green, them brushes and stuff that harvest the crop will try to peel off the bark, and that makes bad grapes. So that's why I'm doing what I do. And it takes 14 days usually for this whole process to get that cotton ready to go to strip.
But you mentioned you have a good crop, so we're certainly hopeful this year. I know cotton farmers are always the eternal optimists.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is I've been pegging this field that I stripped. I thought it would make $1.50 to the acre, or 1.6, something like that, which is a lot better than 2/3 of a bale to acre. But when I made a round yesterday, and I make 3 round bales in 1 round, basically, that's tremendous. I mean, that's better than I thought, and just hopefully, I mean, the price. I just got 60 cents a pound for my cotton last year because the grades were off a little bit. Well, this year, the market right now is about 64 cents. And if you got real good grades, you'll get to 64 or better. But if your grades come off, it goes deducting off the price. And I tell all my cotton buyer buddies that they're crooks. And I usually haggle them. And they usually give me a little more, I think, just because I call them and argue with them.
Is that your advice, Jimmy?
Yeah. We're going to yield. We're going to yield a little bit of profit maybe this year, but it's tough out here, and I'm not going to make no bones about it. And just hopefully we can pay our operating loans off.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for checking in with us, Jimmy. We always appreciate it.
You bet. Anytime, Casey. From a famous lady like you, anytime.
All right, you go get to work, sir.
Oh, boy. Hey, he does a lot better with her than me. I guess I'm not a very good professional. I'm disappointed in Rhodes, though. He didn't mention nothing where he was taking his cotton to, because I heard rumors that it's sitting down there in Burns Flat at Lone Star Gin down there in Burns Flat. So speaking of that, come Monday, noon, I'm doing my show live from the Lone Star Gin in Burns Flat. Come by and see me and Carrie and everybody. Maybe we can even get Rhodes there to sign autographs, or maybe he'll go out in your truck, spit in your tobacco cup. I don't know. That didn't even sound right, did it? But anyway, we're good. We're good. I did get a text on the Fowler Agency text line. It says, Jimmy, I have eaten jalapeno jelly and peanut butter for 50 years, so I guess I'm weird also. So there you have it. Let's take a Wheeler General Store break. Be right back after this.
Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Luck is in the air this November at Lucky Star Casino. Saturdays are stacked with autumn riches. We're giving away over $200,000 in cash. The cash is falling only at Lucky Star Casino. Come and get your luck at Lucky Star Casino.
Come and get your luck. Ooh, yeah. Come and get your luck.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
To raise market-topping cattle, you need the cream of the crop. Black Hereford Ranch invites you to their 21st annual Fall Cream of the Crop Herd Bull and Female Sale, Saturday, October 25th at the ranch near Crawford, Oklahoma at their new time, 2:30 p.m., or bid online at cci.live. Selling 70 deep, wide-body, sound, good-looking 18 to 24-month-old herd bull candidates. They're good, beefy kind, tested, and ready to turn out. Also selling 20 of their very best spring-bred heifers. Hereford, Sim, Angus, Charolais, Angus, Composite, and American Cross, the kind that'll produce market toppers. For sale information, videos, online catalog, and requests, visit blackherefordranch.com or call 580-309-0711. The Black Hereford Ranch Fall Cream of the Crop Herd Bull and Female Sale, Saturday, October 25th at their new time, 2:30 p.m. Join them at the ranch at Crawford, Oklahoma, or bid online at cci.live. Beef up your cattle operation with the cream of the crop at Crawford.
You don't want to let your cotton set in the field day after day waiting to be gin. Now to better serve you, the cotton farmers in Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle, Lone Star Gin has processed over 540,000 bales of cotton. They've got locations in Pampa, Texas, and now in Burns Flat, Oklahoma. Lone Star Gin has the ability to process over 2,400 bales per day. All they do is gin cotton. Go to LoneStarGin.com for more information, and you can find them on Facebook.
As a farmer or rancher, you're always looking for ways to save time and money. The Apache Hay Wagon from Everett's Welding in Visay, Oklahoma will help you do just that. The Apache Hay Wagon eliminates 80 to 90% of hay waste with its unique design. It hauls multiple bales, saving you time and money. Go by Everett's Welding today and ask to see the Apache Hay Wagon. You'll be glad you did. You can also visit them online at everettswelding.com.
He loves to talk about farming and ranching. Here's more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Welcome back, everybody. Mountain Park, Oklahoma. Here is your Hobart Farm and Garden Ag Weather Update for southwestern Oklahoma. Feels like it's 70 degrees, dew point 63, humidity's 80. The winds are out of the southeast at 12 miles an hour. 749, wrong line. 652 is your sunset. 3-day average 4-inch bare soil temperature, 67 degrees. Rain showers, 80% chance today and 73. Tonight, 57 for a low, 80% chance of rain showers. And tomorrow, 50% chance of thunderstorms and 71 for a high, with the winds out of the northwest at a whopping 7 to 8 miles an hour tomorrow. Okay, coming up this Sunday, is that right? Yep. Kyle Merrick, a 16-year veteran volunteer firefighter with the Sarah Fire Department, and his family have suffered an unimaginable loss, and they have, with the passing of their son Colt, a lifelong lifelong residents of Sayre, dedicated teachers at Sayre Public Schools. Both Kyle and his wife have deeply invested in their community. Please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers as they navigate through this just terrible journey. So the Southwestern Firemen's Club will be having a benefit drive-through dinner honoring the Merrick family Sunday, October 26th, starting at 12:30 at the Sayre Senior Citizens Building. Their benefit dinner is to help the Merrick family with expenses. Pulled pork sandwich, chips, dessert, soda, water, $12. Want to do more? There will be a donation bucket available at pickup. So if you guys do get a chance, please go over there Sunday to Sayre and help with this money with the family, the Merrick family, for Kyle and his wife and kids. Just, it's a terrible deal. So if you can, help them out. It'd be deeply appreciated from the Sayre Fire Department and people around Sayre. They're a well-known family and well-loved family. And so there you have it. Speaking of the Sayre Fire Department, yesterday morning, they're thinking arson. That's not 100% sure, but my neighbor to the north of me lost about 80 bales of hay in a fire. Somebody, they think it's arson. So anyway, they saved part of it. And one of their, I think their hired hand, what's his name? Cody, whatever his name is. He busted a bunch of it and separated, but it was still burning last night. I could smell it down there on the river bottom, but somebody set the hay on fire and he lost 80 bales of hay. So I called him this morning, Eddie, and asked him if he was going to be all right for hay this winter. And he said yes, because I was going to ask people out here to help, but he said he was going to be good, which is great. But just keep, man, I don't know how to, I need to find that one story that OSU did back, I think it was last year or the year before, and reiterate information for hay, storing hay, and all this stuff for you guys again. Because when I worked for K&D Farm and Ranch back in the 80s over by Foss, we had 3 or 4, maybe even 5 piles of hay along the 066 on the south side of the interstate there between Foss and Stafford Road exit. And they were randomly getting set on fire. So it's not a cool deal. And I was telling Eddie this morning, I said, I honestly don't know what I'll do if I catch somebody setting bales of hay on fire, because I'm too old to fight anymore. Or if I do and I get my tail whipped, it just hurts to recover at my age. So I just don't know what I'll do. Or stealing cattle. I have no clue. It's human nature kicks in then, and adrenaline, so there's no telling. Obviously, everybody would be mad. Somebody would probably handle it a lot better than me or some other people I know. But, yeah, I just remember some of the parts of the deal from OSU Extension that, try doing the triangle stack on hay is not a great thing, and I know a lot of guys that do it, and I'm not downgrading what they do. That's their business. They're hay. But, when you stack hay in single rows on the bottom and those rows are not touching each other, you only have one point of contact with any moisture or the ground, and that's below your bale of hay, and that's where you lose some of your hay. And then when you stack it in a triangle or however you want to do it, now you got those two bales, those two rows on the bottom. Now you have hay contacting 4 different spots with those 2 rows on top and on bottom. And then that's where the combustion, if I remember right, is where it starts, and that's where a fire can start. And then plus you're running hay on top too now, and is what they were saying. And power lines, I would not stack hay, even though all mine is right now, along under or close to power lines. You know, you can get so far away from them, but if something, big windstorm or something like that was to cause sparks, you know, when the wind's blowing, those sparks can travel. And just, I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff. I'll see if I can find that and help you guys out with that there and see what happens. Okay. Here's another deal from Casey Samar and Greg Peterson are encouraged by what they're seeing from farmers, buyers, and dealers in the used farm equipment market. On the farmer side of the coin, Pete says that using auction price data to understand market dynamics and find good deals for equipment, they need to run their operations. Once commodity prices rebound, he sees momentum building on it for explosion of farmers buying activity on dealers' lots and at the auctions. It's a powder keg sitting there waiting, ready to go off. All it needs is a fuse to light it. I said that, not him. And that's where, if you're able to through the rest of the year, get through the rest of the year into 26, be aggressive and call your dealer about any used equipment on the lots you're looking at updating. Pete says it's still a good time to do that. And on the dealer side of things, Samar and Pete think increased dealer consolidation has imparted greater efficiencies and bounce back upside into the network. There are currently 203 farm equipment dealers with 5 or more retail stores in North America. So these larger professional dealer organizations can respond to the market forces faster and more efficiency today. A decade ago, there was more owners with 2 or 3 or 4 stores that kind of had to hold on and hope for better days. But it's just so much more efficient right now, according to Pete. Samar and Pete also agree hay tools and livestock equipment like utility loader tractors are trending up. That's because cattle ranchers have enjoyed a solid year profit-wise, while row crop farmers are still stuck in a down cycle, and the gap between auction and dealer lot prices have tightened up, leading more farmers to explore both options before pulling the trigger on a buy. It's the tale of 2 tapes there, but when I'm looking at how things are moving along, that space between 50,000 to 150,000 and maybe up to 200,000 is really, really attractive to buyers right now, he says. And a lot of that has to do with we're at the bottom of the marketplace. Richard Folsom, host of Critical Point podcast, joined Samar to talk about the general state of economy in Wall Street as a stagflation continues to curtail the growth in the economy. How about that? Who is texting me? Easy, he says. I was trying to be easy. I'm sorry. I'm just being, but it was in that report. So I was just repeating the report. All right, let's see here. Again, Sunday, this coming up this Sunday, if you would please. Oh, I lost it. Where did it go? Anyway, the benefit dinner starting at 12:30 at the Sayre Senior Citizens Hall there in Sayre, starting at 12:30. Benefit dinner for the Merrick family is with the passing of Colt, trying to help out with some expenses and stuff going on there. And I had, maybe by Sunday. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Well, time's just about up. I'm going to go over this real quick. This has got to do with wind towers. This come out of Oklahoma City after legislation stalled last session. Lawmakers expect a wide variety of legislation attempting to regulate the wind energy industry to be filed again our own Nick Archer here from Elk City, he was there. He says even though he doesn't like wind energy, the issue isn't about his personal feelings. He said as a landowner whose property abuts another with 16 wind turbines, he hasn't experienced any issues of health and safety risks that anti-wind advocates brought to the table. And I'll read more about this next week. So, see you guys Monday. It's Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sarah, Oklahoma.
You've been listening to Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark on 96.5 KECO.